What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Carlisle here. Thank you for being patient and bearing with us as we experience this unprecedented time with the coronavirus and going to online learning and whatnot. So I just kind of wanted to touch bases with you guys and give you kind of a feel for what I think is going to happen with our class and talk about the first week. So you're all on Google Classroom by now, hopefully, if you're watching this. And let me hide this. And I just want to talk to you about something. So first, I just want you to go to this bottom document, right, or this bottom post right here, and please read through the Frosh Tech syllabus with your parents. Also, my email address is linked right here if you want to ever send me an email. You can also comment on any of these posts, and I will respond back to them. Um, Hopefully we get some good threads going in here. If one student has a question, hopefully it addresses another student's question. So make sure you guys are reading through these questions, these dialogues that are occurring on these posts. But you can send me email, you can add class comments here, and I will be as responsive as possible. So first, let's just look at the syllabus. I want to talk through it with you guys. So I added just kind of a update right here because of the current virus pandemic. The subject is syllabus, the syllabus is subject to change, right? So I might be changing some things depending on when we get back into school. So just stay tuned with that. Make sure that you're keeping up with Google Classroom every single day. I think I'm going to be posting weekly assignments for the first portion, and then it'll probably turn daily. Just check it every single day to see if I post anything new. And then I'll probably be scheduling some Google Hangouts as well, which is kind of a live video chat that'll happen at least once a week. I'm thinking maybe on Wednesdays midweek to just answer things that might pop up with you guys. And that'll most likely be at 9 a.m. And I could do more of those if needed. So you can go through these. We're going to be working through a lot of the computer basics. We're not going to be doing some of the vocabulary stuff. I mean, that'll be just kind of embedded into some of the projects we do, but you guys won't be doing the big 200 like your other fellow freshmen have done. I'm sure you've heard about it. But we'll be definitely going through the Google applications, the college and career stuff. Hopefully we can do some graphic design and video production stuff. You guys tend to really love these two units, the Photoshop and the Adobe Premiere. If we get back into the classroom, we'll definitely explore those. But we'll be definitely be doing the typing, the hardware, software stuff, the applications. We'll do a lot of the Google applications and a lot of the college and career stuff. So that's where we will be focusing soon. So I want to definitely show you the grading breakdown, right? So 20% of 20% of your grade is classwork and homework. 40% is going to be tests and quizzes, and 40% projects. So again, that's subject to change. I'm not sure what that's going to look like with this online stuff. It's going to be hard for me to test you guys when you guys are at home. So it might just be 100% projects. If we don't meet for the rest of the year, it's probably going to be 100% of your grade is projects. If we come back into the class, we'll probably integrate some of these, but as of right now, this is kind of how it stands, and this is subject to change. These two portions right here are definitely noteworthy. I do accept late work up into the last week of class, so I do this because I like to show grace to students. You got sick or something happened. I allow students to turn in late work. Okay, I don't give you a grade for missing a deadline. I give you a grade for the project that you do or do not turn in. I don't care if you turn it in on week 1 or week 3. Just turn it in, and I'll give you the grade that you deserve. There's a lot of projects in this class. Do not take advantage of this late work and think, oh, I'm just going to skip like the first 3 weeks, because you will fall behind and you will not be able to catch up. I tell all my students this every single quarter, and I always have students kind of slack the first couple weeks and then they fall behind and they end up with a D. Do not be that student. Okay, use this to your advantage when you need it. Don't use it as a crutch just to be lazy. project resubmissions, I do allow students to resubmit projects for better grades, right? So if you submit your Google Sheets project and you got a 40 out of 50, you can send me an email. We can talk about why you got a 40 out of 50, and you can go back, make some changes, and submit it for a higher grade. And you can do that as many times as you want to up your grade. You prove to me that you can do the work and understand what you did wrong and enhance your projects. I will reward you for it. And that's pretty much it that I wanted to address on this. Make sure you read through it with your folks. Let's go back here. Okay, so typing.com. Week one, this first week, I just have two things for you. Okay, so and the first one is typing.com, and this is going to continue throughout our 9 weeks together. The whole idea behind typing.com is that you guys become better typers. When I took Frosh Tech at Del Oro, it was pretty much typing. We typed and typed and typed. And needless to say, I'm very good at typing, but the class was very boring. But it still stands that knowing how to type well is a very useful life skill. Okay, so typing.com is a place where you practice typing. It's like a fun kind of interactive little game. And you work through different lessons. So by the end of our 9 weeks together, by summertime, basically, you need to have worked through a beginner, an intermediate, and advanced lesson in typing.com. All of the instructions are here, but I need you guys to click on your class specific link here. You have to use this link. Don't just go up here and go to typing.com and then sign up. You will not sign up in my class and I won't be able to see your progress. You have to use these specific links. Click on the one that is associated with your class. And then when you go to this link, say you're in second block, you need to say create a new typing.com account. You're going to sign up with Google using your puhsd.us information, or .us information. So that will sign you up for my classes. And then once in there, you need to complete by the end of our 9 weeks together, again, the beginner, the intermediate, and advanced lessons. This is about 4 to 6 hours of typing total, which seems like a lot. I know a lot of you guys were probably just like, ugh, but if you do 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes here, it goes by super, super quick. I often have students finish typing.com within the first 2 weeks, and then they forget about it for the rest of the semester and just focus on their projects. Other students say, oh, I got 9 weeks to do this, and then they put it off to the last week, and then they hate themselves because they have 6 hours of typing the last week of school. They also have to study for the final tests for this class and the other class. Do not be that student. Just get some done here, some done there, and just get through it. I also offer extra credit. This is the only extra credit in my class that I offer. It's through typing.com, and that is if you do the Your Problem Keys lesson. Okay, so after you finish beginner, intermediate, and advanced, if you move on to the Your Problem Keys section and you complete that, I will give you 110 out of 100. Which is a big deal because it goes in the project's grade and those points are highly valuable. Also, if you get like halfway through the Your Problem Keys, I'll give you 105 out of 100. Or if you get 2% of the way through Your Problem Keys, I'll give you a 102 out of 100. So keep that in mind. Also, these are the only grades that you can get for typing.com. I don't give 95 out of 100. I don't give 80 out of 100. It's basically either pass or fail. You need to take the initiative to get this done, get the typing done, get the practice done so that you become proficient, and you'll get an A+. I don't care about your accuracy or your speed when you guys are typing through that. I always have that question. Okay, so when you're in typing.com, I'm not looking at accuracy. I'm not looking at speed. I'm just looking at completion. But basically, if you do everything that's required, you get an A+. If you don't do everything that's required, even if you get almost to the end of advanced, you still get a 60 out of 100. So it's designed that way to be pass or fail. So keep that in mind. I'll give constant reminders throughout the 9 weeks as well to make sure that you're getting, that you're progressing on your typing.com. Hopefully that makes sense. Go back here now. Okay, so the other thing that we need to be aware of for this week, definitely make some typing.com progress. But the other thing, the bigger thing is this Google Slides project. This is our first project that we are going to start out with. It is worth 50 points. Sorry, let me erase that. That was for the last class. Let's see, next Friday is going to be the 20th. So this is going to be due by March 20th at 2:50 p.m., the end of school on March 20th. Okay, that's this Friday, this coming up Friday. It's worth 50 points. So the goal of this project is to, like it says, demonstrate that you can put together a clean, consistent, and professional looking slides presentation. Slides, PowerPoint presentations, all these things are very, very handy, and it's more likely than not that you will do this at some time in your life, whether it's for a speaking gig or your job or a meeting or in college or whatever it is. And if you have a slides presentation that looks like a fifth grader made it, then your speech or whatever it is not going to be compelling. It's not going to influence anyone. You need to be able to put together a clean, consistent, pleasing to the eye slides presentation. So that's what I'm really grading on here. The content is like whatever. You need to be able to follow instructions, but really I'm looking at, can you put together a professional looking slides presentation? And I'm purposefully not teaching you the ins and outs of Google Slides. I'm not going to go to Google Slides right now and show you this is how you insert a picture. This is how you hyperlink, or this is how you insert whatever it is. Okay. I want you guys to practice taking the initiative to figure things out, okay? Because in life, you're not going to be able to know how to do certain things on your computer at your job or in college or whatever. But you have the internet at your fingertips. You can use YouTube, you can use Google searches. There's all sorts of tutorials, and a lot of it's super straightforward. Like if you go into Slides, let's just pull one up real quick. Where are we at? Slides. Is very straightforward. So you can pick a blank and start out blank, or you can pick one of the templates that's provided, template gallery right there, or you can go to Slides Carnival. Slides Carnival has some really good ones, templates as well that you can use that a lot of my students choose to use that look amazing. Other than that, though, everything is pretty much self-explanatory here. Change the background, change the layout, change the themes, put in a transition, insert image, upload for computer, or shoot for, or search the web. Okay, so it's pretty basic. Okay, you should be able to figure it out on your own. If you're really, really struggling and can't find anything online, hit me up via email or class comment or something, and I can work with you. But I really want you guys to take initiative to figure it out yourself. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to put together a slides presentation about any place in the world. Okay, that's pretty much the guidelines here. There are some specifics that I want you to do down in here that you can look at, but basically just create a slides presentation about somewhere interesting in the world and pick somewhere that interests you. Don't just go to like Loomis, California. We all know what's up with Loomis, California. Pick somewhere that is exotic or cool that you want to travel to, or that your parents are from, or your grandparents lived, or that has some type of special meaning to you. Because if you pick something you're interested in, you're going to actually semi-enjoy doing this project. So what you must have in your project, you must have a title page. Okay, just put the name of your city, your name, the block number, a good picture, something like that. Demographic information, I just need to see some numbers about the people in the city. Okay, so maybe the population, some ethnicity numbers, gender percentages, death rates, birth rates, I don't know, anything that's just interesting about the people who live there. And that can be 1 or 2 slides. I don't really care. I don't care if this is total 8 slides or 14 slides. Just show me that you can put together a clean presentation, have this stuff in there, and you will be rewarded. Brief history, keyword there is brief. Okay, I'll show you some examples in a minute. But just give me like a condensed, brief, summarized version of the history of your location. Famous or well-known people, at least one person, they could be alive or dead, from the city or place. Let's put from the place, who is well known and what they are known for. Landmark, just at least one landmark. Include a picture. Whoa. exclamation point. Fun and interesting facts. Any fun and interesting facts about the city, and then summarize it, a brief summary to conclude your presentation. And then sources, the last slide is going to be your sources slide, and that's just where you put any links to any information you got. You don't have to put links to pictures. Okay, just put links to information that you wrote down. Like if it has 3.2 million people in the city, you need to tell me where you got that from. Here's an example structure, okay, of what it looks like. An example structure. I don't know why it starts with 6 right there. Let's bruh, where's restart numbering? Sorry, bear with me. There we go. Okay, so here's an example structure that you can follow. Again, if you get it all done in 8 slides, wonderful. If you get it all done in 12 slides, wonderful. Okay, I'm not worried about the slides, the amount of slides. I'm worried about quality. You can read through these right here. This is big. Only use HD pictures, okay? Only use high definition pictures. If you're trying to fill up a background, I would search 1920 by 1080. So if you're doing like Tokyo, I would search Tokyo 1920 by 1080. That's a good resolution for wallpapers. Okay, and if you hover over these things, usually you'll be able to see, I'm sure on your screen there's a little number right here. I don't know why mine isn't showing it. Let me zoom out. No, it's still not showing it. But that will be able to show you. Oh, there it is right there. Usually it shows up here as well, but just look for these little resolutions. You want to get a high resolution photo. See, these are all awesome photos to use. And there's HD pictures of everything. You just have to be able to search. Okay, so some questions to ask yourself before turning it in. Is the overall theme consistent with colors and layouts and images and text sizes and all that? If you're using Arial on slide 2, you should be using Arial on slide 5. If you are, if your first slide has a bluish hue background, then your 7th slide should have a bluish hue background. Right? I should be able to see your 7th slide and your 3rd slide and be able to tell that they're from the same presentation. Did you spell things and punctuate correctly? This is big. Students overlook this often. Did you capitalize letters that are supposed to be capitalized? Did you use correct grammar? Did you do the absolute bare minimum, or did you kind of express some creativity and take some initiative? Is the text on my slides easy to read? That's a huge one, because oftentimes I have students put white text on top of a sun or something like that, like a yellow sky background, and it's impossible for me to see. Is it pleasing to the eye? I know that's kind of subjective, but I'll kind of show you what I mean with some of the examples. Are my images blurry or HD? We talked about that. Did I meet all of the slides requirements, which is referring to all of these right there. So let's look at some presentations that did well. Okay, here is one from New Zealand. This one is awesome. Okay, so check out the home page, or sorry, the title slide. Very well done. Love like the paint splatter vibe that it's given off. Okay, very simple here. I didn't require she do this, but she did it anywhere. I didn't require a map. There's the arrow in the lower right part of the corner. That is showing you where Auckland is. Some demographics, nice and brief. Everything is kind of like centered and orderly. It's not jumboed. It's spaced out correctly. Brief history. Look how brief it is, right? Just 4 bullet points giving a brief history of Auckland. Still same type of paint splatter, like brushstroke vibe that it's given me. Okay, Sky Tower. This is an awesome photo of the Sky Tower, which is the landmark. Still the paint splatter brushstroke vibe. Notice how these famous people, all 3 images are a similar size. It's similar spacing across the entire page, right? They all have similar text. Interesting facts, again, same thing, nice and formatted. It's clean, it's spaced well upon the page. Okay, and then summary. We presented these in class, and she just said something, and then there's her sources. Okay, so that is an excellent presentation, A+. Here's one on Florence, Italy. This one is very just clean and professional looking. Okay, that one will load up. So Florence, Italy, same thing, very HD photo. Okay, they have this white kind of opaque box that they use on each slide. Okay, so nice and easy to read, clean, organized, spaced out well. HD pictures. Okay. You can just see the consistency. Every slide has a nice HD picture. Okay, that one is very well done. This is not a hard project, guys. You just have to keep it clean and professional looking. You guys can look at the others, but I think that you get the point. Okay, so the last thing I want to say is you need to submit your project correctly. So here are step-by-step instructions. Okay, you need to share it with me and make sure that I have access to it. Anyone with the link, okay, not anyone at the PUHSD student body, but it's anyone with the link that that can see it. And then you need to share the link to Google Classroom to the post that I will put up here. Okay, so all of that is due by Friday at 2:50 p.m. If I were a student in this online Frosh Tech class, I would get probably an hour's worth of typing.com done this week, and I would also get this submitted by the end of this week. Again, if you guys have questions, email me or add comments into these sections, and then I will be posting when I am going to do that Google Hangout, the video thing. I'll post that on Google Classroom this week as well. Like I said, I'm thinking it's going to be Wednesday to answer any questions that you may have. I'll put the link here and the instructions here. Hopefully that was clear enough. Hopefully you guys are feeling well and staying healthy. I will talk to you guys soon.